to bring war, and more war. Read.
Upon all the inhabitants of the earth.
World War III. He said, I'm going to bring, that's why World War III going to start.
Right.
It's going to start for the controversy of who the Israelites are.
Right.
They belong to us.
And should he be utterly unpunished?
He said, and should you other nations be utterly unpunished? He's asking the question. He said, I punish them. You don't think I'm going to punish you? Watch, read.
Ye shall not be unpunished.
He said, you ain't going to be unpunished. Listen, I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to get mad when I say this. You have a wife, right, brothers? You lay with your wife. You have children with your wife. Your enemy, which is the master at that time, come and say, I want your wife for the night. What you gonna do?
Bring it out.
He gonna go rape your wife. And when she come back, what you gonna tell her? Think about the mental mindset of our people.
Bring it out.
Think about the woman, she gonna like, you can't protect me. You're supposed to be my protector. Y'all understand how that broke us as a nation?
Right.
You are now flying.
So I got the brothers all around me. If you keep the laws in you, my family. I got the angels right beside me.
God say, I love you. Does that mean he gonna let them take a slide? If we suffered slavery because of our sin, did y'all know slavery was in the Bible being sold on ships? Y'all ever seen that? 28:16, give me that first. Y'all don't know the Bible, you ain't never heard it yet. It ain't been unlocked.
Right.
Here it come, watch this here. Enslaved ships in the Holy Bible. It's being sold on ships.
Bring it out.
Is that in the Bible? How did the black man, Hispanic man get over here?
Right.
How was we scattered all across Europe,
Right.
China, Madagascar,
Bring it out.
North America, South America?
Whack him out.
We scattered all over the earth. Watch, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Bring it out. And the Lord.
Who?
And the Lord.
Who are we talking about? The Lord, right? I need y'all to pay attention. When I'm going to ask y'all a question, I need y'all to respond so I know that you are grasping what's brought out.
Right.
I know it's a lot, but you have to try to grasp. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
We came out of Egypt under the hand of Moses. Egypt is not a particular place according to this scripture. Give me, you know what I want? Come on, Exodus 20:2. Egypt, he said, the Lord shall bring you back into Egypt. Egypt is a word that God wants to use.
Right.
We got to use what he wants. Come on, stick with me.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord your God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of where?
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of where?
Out of the house.
No, out of where?
Out of the land of Egypt.
So we talking about what land? Talk louder. I gotta know y'all.
Egypt.
Huh? Egypt. We talking about Egypt. He brought us out of Egypt. We were slaves in Egypt. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
If you are bondage in somewhere, what is another word for bondage? Slavery.
That's right.
Egypt means slavery in the scriptures.
Right.
When it's used in certain ways, it means house of bondage.
That's
house
right.
of slavery. Go back. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it on. Watch, read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Who brought us into slavery? What did it just say? The Lord.
That's right.
The Lord. Remember, he said, I'm going to punish you for all of your iniquities. We went into slavery. Read.
With ships.
What?
With ships.
Wait a minute. Where is it at? Right here. Hold this up, officer. Hold this up for the world to see.
That's right.
It says, come here. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
When you look at this, let me show you. When you look at this, who went to slavery on ships? I'm gonna ask them, what race of people went to slavery on ships? Talk to me. Talk. Black people. Listen, y'all don't listen. This is only our history that we know.
Right.
I just want to know if your spirit is understanding. You gotta answer. Y'all gotta see it. If you keep it bottled up inside, you're never going to accept the destruction. You're never going to accept who you are.
Wake him up!
You're always going to be a black woman, and you're always going to be a black man. You're always going to be gangsters, and always want to be thoughts and all of that. You're never going to be princesses of God. You're never going to be kings of the earth again.
Right.
You're always going to be stuck in a cycle. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord going to bring us into slavery again in ships. Who went into slavery on ships? I need to hear y'all say it. Black people. Black people. Look at this. This is your foremothers.
Right.
This is your forefathers.
Right.
These are our parents, our cousins, our uncles, nieces, our nephews. These are all our people that went to slavery on ships.
Right.
This didn't happen to no other race. What other race went to slavery on ships?
That's right.
Tell me. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
We went into slavery in ships. We came from Israel. We went into Africa. We went into Europe. We had all these places sold up.
Right.
You had the so-called Hispanics over here. You had the so-called Negroes over here. We ruled the entire earth.
Right.
But guess what? We was Moors. We was the Moors, and we ruled all of that.
Right.
We was over here in Madagascar. We was over here in the Congo, the Gold Coast, Benin.
Right.
We was all over these places. But he said, I'm going to send you into slavery. So when you look at these arrows, where they sending us? They sending us all over.
Right.
Over here is the East, China, Russia, all that stuff.
Right.
We went everywhere. This is what He's talking about the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
He's talking about the sub-Saharan slave trade, the silk slave trade. Talking about all this. We were scattered everywhere.
Right.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Only one race of people went to slavery on ships.
Right.
That's it. Nobody else. Read.
Right. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just like Moses said it, just like God prophesied what was going to happen in the last days, in the beginning though. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We wouldn't see the land of Egypt as slaves anymore. We ain't went back there in slavery.
Right.
The Lord destroyed that military.
Right.
That's not this. The Arabs that's over there is not the real Egyptians.
Right.
They came over there after the what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Ottoman Turks was there. They inhabited that land. They inhabited Jerusalem, Israel. They inhabited that land. That's not their land either. The Arabs came over there and took their land.
Right.
The ancient Africans was black.
Right.
But they were not our people. Read.
Right. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We wouldn't be enslaved under the Egyptian pharaohs anymore.
Right.
No pharaoh, because God wiped them out.
Right.
That God stood nothing against the power that created us.
That's right.
Read.
And there.
And when we got off the slave ships, what happened to us? What happened to us? What happened? Huh? Is that in the Bible? Is this information? We're almost done. This right here. You see this? What they say there? $1,200 to $1,250 for what? For Negroes. Negroes mean black.
What?
In Spanish, you look up black in Spanish, it say Negro.
Negro.
Negro. Nigga, Negro, all that's the same word. It means blacks.
Right.
$1,200 to $1,250 for blacks. Why did they say they selling Africans? Huh? Why did they say I'm selling Ghanese? Why did they say I'm selling, give me some more, some Congolians, some, I don't know. I'm just giving names. Why did they say Nigerians? Why did they say I'm selling Negroes? Wait a minute, I thought I was African.
You want to change your identity?
Yes!
Right.
Read that part again.
And there ye shall be sold.
Where we was at, we was sold. Spell sold.
S-O-L-D.
That's
What they say? Where is it? Damn, I just had it. S-O-L-D. That's the Charlestown, July 24th, 1769. To be sold on Thursday, the 3rd day of August. Next, a cargo of 94 prime and healthy Negroes.
Bring it on. Whack him up! And there you shall be sold.
We shall be what?
Sold.
What?
Sold.
What?
Sold.
Who was sold? Negroes, Israelites.
Right.
Read.
Unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Your enemies.
What enemies? Yes, the same enemies we just read in Psalms 83.
That's right.
All of the races.
Right.
We were sold unto our enemies. This ain't evil and hate. This biblical.
That's right.
This history. Everybody know that. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemy.
Our enemies bought us and sold us and traded us. You can put it down, officer. Read.
For bondmen.
For a slave. Hold on. Let's get over here. Let's get over here. You can put it down. Watch this here. I'm going to show y'all something. You can put it back. This right here. Pay attention. Watch this here. Look at this here. We shall be sold for what?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen.
This right here is a bondman. Slave man.
That's right.
Didn't Will Smith make a movie just recently about this man? Emancipation. He posed as this brother.
Right.
Just imagine posing as your foreparents who suffered this atrocity. You know how they can do to your psychological mindset?
Right.
You still gotta say, I love them, but God loved them. Crazy out of their mind. We are crazy. This what happened. These bondmen, read,
And bondwomen.
slave woman. So guess what? The black woman was enslaved too.
That's right.
Our sisters, listen, I'm gonna tell you because I'm gonna get mad when I say this. You have a wife, right, brothers? You lay with your wife, you have children with your wife. Your enemy, which is the master there at that time, come and say, I want your wife for the night. What you gonna do?
Bring it out.
He gonna go rape your wife. And when she come back, what you gonna tell her? Think about the mental mindset of our people.
Bring it out.
Think about the woman, she don't like this, he can't protect me. He's supposed to be my protector. Y'all understand how that broke us as a nation?
Right.
God love everybody? No. God
That's
gonna
right.
put all them nations in slavery. For
Right.
them.
That's right.
Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
When it said no man shall buy you, I don't want nobody getting simple. Because he just said you're going to be sold. What he mean is that nobody's going to save you or redeem you out of the hand of your enemy.
Right.
Because we had funds and money back then. We supposed to be, hey man, that's my family. Give me my family back. Here go the money. Give me my family back. But we all went into slavery.
Right.
Who going to help you out? We had our brothers who tried. We had Martin Luther King.
Right.
We had Malcolm X.
Right.
We had
Marcus Garvey.
Nat Turner.
Right.
Marcus Garvey.
Right.
We had that. Stokely Carmichael. We had
Right.
these brothers that came up and tried. We had the Black Panthers.
Right.
We had the Brown Berets.
Right.
We had the Young Lords.
Right.
We had the Native American Indian movement.
Right.
We had those. It did not work. Because we went under different umbrellas. We didn't come back as the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
We didn't know
Whack
we
him
knew
out.
our enemy, but we didn't know what? That Jesus, that the Bible is the power that we need to return.
That's right. That's right.
We didn't know that.
Bring it out.
A lot of us coming in, I'm Islam, I'm Christian, but guess what? We all suffer the same thing. Let's join together. No, the Lord wants you to return as an Israelite.
That's
And
right.
remember that what? Them enemies that did that to you, I'm going to judge them. Jeremiah 25:29.
Bring it out.
I'm going to bring the next teacher up. Officer Jose, you coming up? Come on. Jeremiah 25:29. Watch this here. Watch this. God don't love everybody.
Right.
He only loved the Israelites.
That's
and there
right.
must be judgment for what happened to us. Is that not right? It's not judgment? Where you going, brothers? Listen to this. Hold on. Listen to this last scripture. Last one. Hold up. Listen. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 29.
Bring it out.
For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name.
He said, I brought evil, which is slavery, which is colonialism, which is loss of identity, which is oppression on the blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. Read.
And should ye be utterly unpunished?
He said, and should you other nations be utterly unpunished? He's asking a question. He said, I punish them. You don't think I'm going to punish you? Watch, read.
Ye shall not be unpunished.
He said, you ain't going to be unpunished.
Right.
Read.
For I will call us, for I will call for a sword
He said, I'm going to bring war, and more war. Read.
upon all the inhabitants of the earth.
World War III. He said, I'm going to bring, that's why World War III going to start.
Right.
It's going to start with a controversy of who the Israelites are.
Right.
They belong to us. Read.
Saith the Lord of hosts.
Say who?
The Lord of hosts.
God said that. Read.
Therefore, prophesy thou against them all with these words.
We're going to prophesy. He said, therefore, prophesy.
That's right.
Against them with all these words.
Right. And say unto them,
Read.
the Lord shall roar from on high.
The Lord is going to roar from on high.
Right.
Read.
And utter his voice.
He's going to speak. I'm going to tell you something. Right now, we are speaking right now.
Right.
But when Christ come back, the whole earth going to hear his voice.
That's right.
Read.
And utter his voice from his holy habitation.
When he utter it, everybody going to be scared. Everybody on the earth going to stop where they at and try to fight him. When he said he coming from on high, he coming from out the sky.
That's right.
He coming from them UFOs that they talk about, that they've been seeing. That's where he coming from.
That's right.
He shall utter mightily, roar upon his habitation.
Because he pissed off that his people was enslaved.
That's right.
He mad at his people that's been raped and robbed.
Right.
He hate the earth the way it is right now. There's no judgment here. There's no justice here. Read.
He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes.
Read.
Against all the inhabitants of the earth.
Against all the races on the earth. Read.
Right. A noise shall come even from the ends of the earth.
Read.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the nations.
He said, I got a problem with the nations. Go ahead, read.
He will plead with all flesh.
He said, I'm going to plead. He ain't going to get on his knees. Y'all got to go. Hold on, y'all. We're almost done. That's it. Come on.
He will give them that are wicked to the sword.
Read.
Saith the Lord.
Read. 33.
Verse 33.
Pay attention. This is what's happened. This is the judgment for enslaving God's chosen people.
Right. And the slain of the Lord
And the dead that the Lord is going to put on the earth. Read.
shall be at the day from one end of the earth,
The Lord is going to kill people from one end of the earth.
Right.
even unto the other end.
All the way, the whole compass of the earth. He's going to kill a lot of people.
Right.
That's right.
They shall not be limited.
They ain't nobody going to cry over them because everybody going to be dead.
Right.
Dead.
Right.
Read.
Neither gathered,
Ain't nobody going to be able to gather them to bury them. Read.
nor buried.
Read.
They shall be as dung upon the ground.
They're going to be
Right.
doo-doo on the earth.
That's
That's
right.
what the Bible says. Oh, why is that? Because the controversy that got the Lord have with all nations.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word